Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Alyssa here, and today we are going to be painting. And by we, I mean... So this video is going to be over my painting final for college. It was a stressful time. It was definitely a stressful time. We had a week and a half to do our final painting. It's on a 20 by 20 sized canvas, all in oil. We did a whole new painting method, a whole new painting style. So the stress was there. It was on. I had a great time though. It was a lot of fun. I did a lot of experiments and took a lot of risks, and not all of them worked out, but overall I enjoyed it. So this is all time-lapsed and me doing a voiceover because, like I said, I had a week and a half. I was not trying to get distracted by the camera, okay? And if I sound funny, I'm so sorry. I'm sick. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so I started off this painting by doing an underpainting using the wipe away method, which is essentially where you take Gamsol and burnt umber straight out of the tube, and you do about like a 70-30 ratio mixture, so 70% Gamsol, 30% burnt umber straight out the tube. Mix them together, then you cover your whole section that you're working on in that mixture. Then taking a dry paintbrush or paper towel or anything like that, you wipe away to get your highlights. Then you go back in with burnt umber straight out the tube to get like your darkest parts back. And for your darkest darks, you can use black straight out of the tube. I ended up using a plastic bag to create texture on my rocks while the painting was still wet. I basically just dabbed it all over the canvas and it created like a pretty interesting texture on there. Once you're completely done with your underpainting and you give it time to dry, then it was time to move on to the next step, which was actually so hard for me to figure out. We had to try a whole new method of painting on top of this for the final, and it was a bit difficult. I don't know if it's my favorite method, but it was definitely interesting to try. It's basically where you mix all of your colors ahead of time on your palette, and you take your darkest value and you mix it with liquid. So that one is about like a 50-50 ratio of liquid and your darkest value. Then and that's basically called a glaze, and you're going to take that glaze, cover the whole section you're working on, and then take the rest of your color. So you're going to basically work up your value scale. So you're going to take your next value up from that darkest one and paint all over where that value and your highlights are. Then once you do that, take your next color, brighten the highlights. You're basically going from dark to light until you get the desired highlight effect. This took my brain so long to figure out. I found it to be kind of difficult, and also I wasn't getting the look I wanted because my painting was supposed to be very cold toned, but with that brown underpainting, I found it to not exactly look right. So what I ended up doing was, once the whole thing was dry, I went over with that initial dark glaze, and I did that over the whole thing again. I did a whole dark glaze wash over all of the rocks. Once I had done those initial glazes on the cave walls, I did end up doing some dry brushing. Now once it actually came down to painting the figure, I did not do this method. I just did direct painting. So it's basically where you just mix your colors and you put that color directly onto the canvas. There's no like glazing or like, you're not going from dark to light again. You're just painting, you're putting down the color exactly as you see it in your reference photo. I found that to be a lot easier for the figure, and I really like how it turned out. This is what she looks like with the first layer. I didn't record a whole lot for the figure just because it was crunch time, and I felt like the camera was distracting me a bit, and I really needed to get this done. But this is what she looks like after layer 1. Let it dry, came back the next day, and I did the finishing details on her. I think she looks pretty cool. I really like how she turned out. Tried to do like very minimal painting on the face. That way from far away it looks like a face, but the closer up you get, you can actually tell it's kind of just shapes, blobs. But yeah, and then I decided to take a risk because my teacher said it could be cool to try adding some of the rock texture back by using a palette knife. That was the most stressful experience of my entire life. It was so stressful. Personally, I don't really like how it looked. I think the idea is cool. I just need to practice more. I don't think the execution was completely on point for me. This was my first time doing it. So I think it looks fine, but I definitely know that I could have done a lot better on the rocks because I've done rocks a lot better in the past. This is how the painting turned out. I got some really good feedback from my classmates and my teacher during our final critique, so that's a win. So, yeah, what a reveal, right guys? I don't know what I'm doing. I tried something new. I was trying to do a really fancy, like, grand reveal at the end, like I always see Nerd Forge do on their channel. I'll work on it. That's how the painting turned out. I'm happy with it. I'm content with it, okay? Like I said in the video, I got some good feedback from my classmates and my teacher, and I did only get a week and a half to work on it, so I feel like for the time frame and it being a whole new painting style, I think that it actually turned out pretty decently. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Yeah, bye! Hey everyone, it's being sick sucks.